Hi guys, Karina Macarena here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make the cabled Shannon hat. So what you're going to need is yarn and a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. The yarn that I'm using is just this Red Heart Super Saver. It is beige and medium 4. It does call for a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, but I am using a 4.5. So to get started, we're going to be chaining 80, and this is worked in the round from the bottom up. So I'm going to just show you a quick trick that I do to keep it from getting twisted or whatever. This has been out for a while now. So what I do is we're chaining 80, but I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and I'm going to pull up my yarn, and I'm going to go back into that first stitch that I made, and I'm going to put my hook into that, run it along the foundation, and make sure it's sticking in like this. So then when we go to close, we're just going to close, and I don't have to straighten it out and figure out how to get it to stay straight and not twisted and all that mess. So we're going to chain 80, and I'll meet you back when we have 80 stitches. So I have my 80 chains, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just slip stitch into that. I'm going to chain up 1, 2, and 3, and now what I'm going to do is this tail that's hanging out is I'm going to actually take it and I'm going to crochet over it to hide in my ends. So we're going to just put 1 double crochet in each stitch around, so we'll have 80 double crochets. So we're just going to start by putting in double crochets all the way around. 1, 2. Just make sure you're crocheting over the end, or if you want to weave it in at the end. I hate weaving in ends, so whatever I can get away with making it easier, that's what I do. So I will meet you back when we are on our last stitch. Well, when we have 80 double crochets. I'll meet you back here when I have 80 double crochets. So now that I have my 80 chains around, I'm going to slip stitch into the third chain up. We did the third stitch. We're just going to slip stitch into that, and that's going to complete. It's a round. It's going to, I don't even know what I'm saying. Chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. What I was trying to say is we're starting our brim now. That's what I was trying to say. So now that we've chained up 3, these chain 3s aren't going to count. It's just to get us to where we're going. So we're actually going to do a front post double crochet into the chain 3 we did before. Well, was it? Yeah, it was a chain 3. Okay. I'm confusing myself. So 1 front post. And then we're going to do a second front post. So the repeat is 2 front post, 2 back post double crochet, 2 front post double crochet, 2 back post double crochet, all the way around. So we're going to do 2 back post double crochet, and then we're going to do another 2 front post double crochet. So just repeat, 2 front, 2 back, 2 front, 2 back, all the way around, and you should be ending with 2 back post double crochets right here. So once you've done 2 front, 2 back, 2 front, 2 back all the way around, I'll meet you when we come to our last 2 stitches. So I am on to my last 2 stitches, which are both back post double crochets. So let me just put those in there. So now what we're going to do, as I told you, the chain 3 doesn't count. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into that double crochet where we made the front post, into the stitch right up here, and just completely forget about the chain 3. So we're going to go into the top of that one, and we're just going to do a slip stitch, and then we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to make a front post around that chain 3 and that double crochet front post. And now we're going to be going around and we're going to be doing the same thing that we just did. So on the front posts, we put front post double crochets, and on the back post double crochets, we make back post double crochets. And we're only doing this for 3 rows. And how we can tell where we are is I count the back posts. So we're on row 3 already. We have the first, the second, the third, and we're going to do this one more time. So I'll meet you back here when we're here. So now I'm going to be finishing the last 2 back post double crochets, and this is making us on round number 3 of the brim. So we've done 1, 2, and 3, so now we're going to do our last round of the brim. So we're doing 4 rounds, excuse me. So chain up 1, 2, and 3. And just like before, we're doing the same thing where we're making the front post on both the front post double crochet and the chain 3. And we're just going to continue like we have done the last couple of rounds. I tried to say round and row at the same time. So we're just going to go all the way around doing the front and back post, and I will meet you when we come to our last 2 stitches. So now I'm coming to the last 2 back post double crochet, and this is row number 4, and this is completing our brim. And now what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch into the top of that double crochet front post, and we're going to start our setup row. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then what we're going to do is we're actually going to go into the same spot, because the double crochet or the chain 3 isn't counting here again. So we're going to go into the back loop only, and we're going to put double crochets all the way around into the back loops only, for only this round. So 1 double crochet into the back loop only, and what it's doing is it's creating a ridge. So we're going to go all the way around. I'll meet you back here at the last 2 stitches. So 1 double crochet into the back loops of each of these stitches all the way around, and I'll meet you back when I'm here. Okay, I'm on my last 2. I'm just putting a double crochet into the back loops. Oops. Here we go. So now what I'm going to be doing, what we're going to be doing, excuse me, if you're following along with this tutorial, we're going to be starting the body of the hat. So we're going to slip stitch into the top of this double crochet right here. We're going to be chaining 3, and the chain 3s do not count once again. And what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be putting a back post. So we're going to wrap around that double crochet in that chain 3 and make 1 double crochet back post. And then we're going to go into this next one, and we're going to make another double crochet back post. And now we're going to start a cable. So how we do that is we did our 1 and 2 back posts. Now we're going to skip 1, 2, 3 stitches and go into this first one. It's going to be made up of 6 trebles across here. So triple, treble, whatever. So yarn over twice, go into that 3rd stitch right here and make a front post, triple, treble, whatever you want to call it. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do that 2 more times. 1, 2, 3. So 3 wraps, well 2 wraps and the hook, going 1, 2, and 3. So now, if you can see, we've got the 2 back posts, we've got the skipped 3 stitches, and we got 3 triple trebles, whatever's here. So now we are going to be going back and doing 3 triple trebles on these stitches here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be folding this down. It's a little weird. Hopefully you can see this. So we're going to be literally just folding these trebles down. I call them trebles. I think the US term is actually triples, but oops. So we're going to do the 3 trebles here. So 1, 2, and go in and do the front post triples, trebles. 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, this is kind of like awkward position and getting it in there, so I hope you can see what I'm doing and understand it. Then we have just 1 more here to do. Okay, so we've got the 2 back posts, then we did our 3 triples here, our 3 triples behind, and now we're at the pattern repeat. So we're going to be doing 2 back post double crochets, and then we're going to be doing our cables. Well, technically we are doing trebles, but we'll be doing our cable. So the same thing that we're going to do is it's 2 back posts and then 6 stitches for the cables. So we're going to be skipping 1, 2, and 3 stitches, going into this one right here, doing our first cable stitch, go into the second one, and then our last one here. So now we are going to go back and we're going to do these 3 stitches that we skipped. We're just going to fold it down. So we're here, fold it down, and we're going to go into this first one right here. 1, 3. One, 2, and 3. And our last one. 1 and 3. And there's another cable. So now we're just going to do 2 back post double crochets. Oopsies. 2 back post double crochets. 1 and 2. I'm going to show you one more time a cable crochet, and hopefully you can understand how to do it. The first time I ever did cables, I was like, what is going on? I got all messed up and it was all crazy. So what we have so far is we have 2 back posts, a cable, 2 back posts, a cable. So now we're at our 2 back posts and we're going to do another cable. So we're skipping 1, 2, and 3 stitches, and we're going into this stitch right here. The second one. My goodness, okay. Alright, so we have our 1, 2, 3, and we've got our 1, 2, 3 skip stitches. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold this part down and pull up those 3 stitches behind those 3 trebles. So we've got 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to do the same thing on these 3 skip stitches. Oops, my camera's being a little funky. And this last one. And there is another cable. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll meet you back when we're at the end, because this right here, these last 6 stitches will actually be a cable. So just go around doing 2 back posts, then our cables, which is 6 stitches across, 2 back posts, our cables, the 6 stitches, 2 back posts, our cables, the 6 stitches, all the way around, and I'll meet you back here when we slip stitch into this first stitch right here. Okay, so I have finished the cables and the back post all the way around for this round. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain up 1, 2, 3 and do a back post around that double crochet and chain 3 and another back post. So now we did our 2 back posts and we're on a cable. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do double front post crochets around the cable stitches. Just like this. Just going across. So we have our back post and then our front post double crochets on the treble stitches. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see better. So this is what I just did. Back post. And then we're on a cable. We're just going to put a front post double crochet all along the cable stitches. Just make sure that you don't miss any. So that's what that looks like. So we're just going to keep doing that all the way around with putting the 2 back posts double. And then these 6 front post double crochets on the cable stitches. And this is row number 2. So we're going to do rows 1 and 2 a total together of 14 times. So we're going to be ending on this row, number 14. It'll be a row like this. So after you've completed this row, you're just going to go back and do what we did for row number 1 with the back posts, and then the triples, trebles, whatever you want to call them, on there. So I'll show you how to do that, and then I'll set you on your way. And then the last time we'll meet back up will be for the decreases to finish off the hat. So I'll meet you back here when we're on our last treble. So I just realized we're actually gonna only be doing 13 rounds between these two, and our setup row will actually be our 14th row. So I am done with the last cable stitch, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch into the top of that back post double crochet, chain 1, 2, and 3, and make a back post double crochet. Oops. And then another back post double crochet. And just like how on the brim, if you get lost on how many rows you've done, you just count the back post parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've done 4 rows, and we have to have 14 rounds. So for this, it's just like how we did round 1 of the pattern. You did your back post, you're skipping the 3, 2, and 3, and you're doing 3 trebles, and then you're going to fold it down and do 3 in the back. So let me just show you. So we're skipping 1, 2, and 3, going into this 3rd cable stitch right here, putting a treble, 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to put the other 3 into those, just like I showed you on how to do here. So we're going to do this all the way around, and then we're going to do the round we just did previously, where it's just back post and then front post into the cable stitches. You're going to alternate those rows until you have 14 rows, including the setup row. And I will meet you back when you have your 14 rows, and I have my 14 rows, and I'm going to show you how to finish off the hat. So now we're going to start a decrease round. We're going to slip stitch, and we're going to chain 1. This chain 1 is not going to count. We're actually going to go back into that stitch, and we're going to do 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches, 2, 3, and 4, and we're going to crochet 2 stitches together. So we're going to go around this whole entire row, putting 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches, and then we're going to single crochet 2 together. So the repeat is 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches and 1 single crochet in the 2 stitches, so 2 together. So 1 single crochet in the next 4, single crochet 2 together. And I will meet you back at the end of this round for round 2 of decrease. So I'm finishing up the round, and I'm going to slip stitch, and I'm going to chain 1, and we're going to single crochet into the next 3 stitches, 2 and 3, and we're going to single crochet 2 together. And we're going to do this for the entire round until we get back to the beginning. And always remember that the chain 1 does not count. So 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches, crochet 2 together, do this all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the end for round number 3 of decreasing. So I'm coming up to an end, and I'm going to slip stitch, I'm going to chain 1, I'm going to crochet into that same one, and we're going to crochet 1, 2, and 2 together. So we're putting 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches and crocheting 2 together. So we're going to put 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches and crochet 2 together. We're going to do this all the way around until the end. 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches and then crochet 2 together. I'll meet you back for the next round. So here I am slip stitching, and I'm chaining 1, and we're going to single crochet into that same stitch that we chained 1, and then we're going to crochet 2 together. We're going to crochet into 1 and crochet 2 together. So we're crocheting 1 single crochet in 1 stitch and then crocheting 2 together all the way around. So I will meet you back at the end to finish up our last round of decreasing. So I'm finishing up and I'm slip stitching. I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to go into that same stitch, and I'm going to go around crocheting 2 stitches together. So just 1 single crochet and 2 stitches. So 2 together all the way around until you get back to the beginning, and you're going to slip stitch, and you're going to bind off and weave in your tails. So this is the end of the round, and we're going to end up like with 6 or 7 stitches. Oh, and I also want to mention, if you have any stitches, you know, the math didn't line up or anything, don't worry. You didn't do anything wrong. I just didn't put a lot of effort into the actual math. It works and it looks good. Nobody knows. So anyways, we're going to trim, bind off after that last round of decreasing. We're going to singe our hat together at the top to form the hole closed. And then we're going to turn it inside out and weave in our ends. So just go in, loop it back around, and keep going in the stitches all the way around, and then I just pull tight to singe the top closed. And then I put like a knot at the top, and then I turn it inside out and I weave in the ends. And you can either put a pom-pom on the top of this hat, or you can leave it plain, and I'll show you what it looks like with a pom-pom on the top in just a second. And if you don't put a pom-pom, you can wear it whichever way, with the cable showing or the cables aren't showing. So this is what it looks like with a pom-pom on top, and that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this hat, Thank you guys for watching. Bye.